Welcome to The Proof, the program powered by Africa Check, the continent's leading fact-checking organization. I'm your host, Darshan Usman. Today, we dig into CBEX, a cryptocurrency investment platform that promised sky-high returns and vanished without a trace, taking billions of naira with it. It's the latest in a troubling trend of Ponzi scams sweeping through Nigerian social media, preying on trust and desperation. But CBEX didn't come out of nowhere. It followed the same playbook used by platforms that dressed up fraud as opportunity and left thousands in financial ruin. So why are these scams still working? What warning signs are we missing? And how can you protect yourself and your loved ones? Let's break it down on this episode. Welcome to The Proof. Africa Check researcher Mukhtar Balogun joins me to look into this matter. Thank you for joining me. Let's get right into it, Mukhtar.
Thanks for having me, Darshan.
Mukhtar, what exactly was it that CBEX promised Nigerians, and how did it manage to lure in so many people so quickly?
Yeah, CBEX claimed to be a crypto investment platform offering returns of up to 100% just within a month. And their tactics included, using testimonials from people and ads on social media. So the promise of instant wealth, especially in a tough economy in Nigeria, made people overlook, the lack of transparency and other red flags CBEX had.
Many say CBEX was just a new version of MMM. In your view, what makes a scam like this qualify as a Ponzi or pyramid scheme?
A Ponzi scheme pays old investors with money from new investors. So there's no real profit from products or services. They are actually not selling anything or doing any extra work to make profit for investors. CBEX did not have a sustainable business model. So it relied on constant new signups, to fund payouts, which is the textbook, of Ponzi setup. That's how Ponzi scheme works.
Thank you, Mukhtar. Now, can you tell us more about Ponzi schemes? What are they?
Yeah, basically, a Ponzi scheme is a type of financial fraud that lures people with the promise of high returns in their investments. But instead of generating profit through legitimate business activities, I mentioned this earlier, it pays investors using money collected from new investors. The scheme depends entirely, on a constant flow of new money to, continue functioning. As soon as the flow of new investors, slow down, or too many people try to withdraw their money at once, the scheme collapses, and that leaves most, participants with significant losses.
From your observation as a fact checker, what red flags did CBEX show that people could have spotted early on?
Darshan, sadly, there were several red flags. There was no verifiable company registration, that's one. There were unrealistic profit promises, as well as pressure to recruit others. And I'd like to emphasize on the promise of return on investment. It's 100% according to reports. 100% just within a month. That's a lot of money, and people will actually fall for that. Imagine putting $1 million in such investment. That means within a month you are getting double of that money. So it is a life-changing offer for some, and also their terms of service were vague or missing entirely, which is also a clear danger sign. But sadly, people did not pay enough attention.
And let's go on a break, Mukhtar. When we get back, we'll look at how popular figures and the media have been used to promote scams like this in the past. We'll also touch on the issue of regulation. Stay with us. Welcome back. This is The Proof, powered by Africa Check. Today, we're looking at CBEX, a cryptocurrency investment platform that promised sky-high returns and vanished without a trace, taking billions of naira with it. Now, it's the latest in a troubling number of Ponzi-style scams that Nigerians have fallen victim to over the years. This one in particular used social media effectively to prey on trust and desperation. Now, Mukhtar Balogun from Africa Check is still here with us. Mukhtar, in the past, we've seen platforms like this use popular figures and the media to gain trust. Why does this tactic work so well?
Well, as you would guess, trust is powerful. Trust is powerful a lot. So if people see a familiar face or a media appearance on a platform, they assume it has been vetted. Scammers exploit, that trust because many people won't do further checks once they think something is, backed by someone or a reputable organization. So that means that if that platform goes on a radio station or a TV station to make promotion of that investment, people who see that interview or whatever it is, they will actually believe it. So that's how powerful trust is.
Some victims were asked to pay withdrawal fees or even give their NIN. What is the danger here?
That's a huge danger. So with someone's NIN, fraudsters can commit identity theft, take loans in your name, and even clone your SIM. Once that number is out there, your digital identity is compromised. So we always advise people to be careful of inserting their digital identity number ID on the internet or unverified websites. It is important to be careful.
That's dangerous, Mukhtar. So what can they do to ensure their safety?
Yes, this is an important question because the fact is this has happened. People actually, inserted their identity number on the platform, but we can always take a step, to mitigate any potential danger. And one way we can do that is to contact the National Identity Management Commission, that's the NIMC, to inform them about the potential compromise of your NIN. Also, inform your bank and any other financial institutions, where you hold accounts about the potential compromise. It is important to complain to them about what has happened with CBEX and what you did with your NIN. Also, you can request from the bank that they monitor your accounts for suspicious activity and consider placing fraud alerts or temporary freezes if necessary. So these are some of the things people can do to mitigate any danger.
Thank you, Mukhtar. Now, in all of this, what are the Security and Exchange Commission as well as the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission saying, especially about recovering investors' money?
Yes, the EFCC said CBEX had no clearance or authorization to operate in Nigeria. And on money recovery, SEC Director General Dr. Emomotimi Agama stated that the commission, cannot recover the money lost by the investors because CBEX was an unregistered entity operating outside the commission's regulatory framework. And on the other hand, investors would like this. EFCC said it will recover their money. So we will have to wait and see how this unfolds. But as always, we can always, wish them the best of luck.
Well, let's hope for the best, Mukhtar. Finally, what else can Nigerians do to avoid falling for the next big scam?
This is an important question, Dashin. Thank you. Because, as we've seen over the last few years, people and will continue to fall for these investment scams because they continue to pop up in different shape and form. So, but people can always, make efforts, to stay clear or fall victim to this kind of scam. And one way to do that is to verify before investing. Always verify the platform before you invest. Check with the SEC or CBN to see if a platform is rightly registered with them or have the right license to operate in Nigeria. It is important to check that with CBN or SEC. Also, you can always reach out to the EFCC to ask questions about any suspicious platform. Another one is to not give out your NIN your identity number, or bank details. That would include your BVN, your PIN, or card details. So don't give them out to strangers or platforms or websites you don't fully trust. And if the returns sound too good to be true, they are. So walk away. That's it.
Thank you, Mukhtar. That will be all for now.
My pleasure, Dashan. Thank you for having me once again.
That's it for this episode of The Proof, powered by Africa Check. If you have comments or a claim you want us to fact check, tweet at AfricaCheck_NG. Follow News Central on our social media platforms. We are at News Central TV. And you can check out our website. It's www.newscentral.africa. Stay vigilant and stay informed. I am Darshan Usman.